Good morning. Do you remember how last week I had a filling fallout and I had a temporary filling put in? Well, today I'm off to the dentist again because that temporary filling has failed. So come with me on the joy that is apparently never illustrating anything because you're so busy following up health problems. So I'm back from the dentist. I mean, good news and bad news. Apparently I don't need anything else done with this temporary filling because it's not degraded enough. I've got a full appointment in a couple of weeks, so I suppose I can put up with it until then. It hurts, but whatever. At least it didn't cost me anything to do anything with it today. But I'm back home. God, today, man, I've got my car is in for its MOT and service, and that's going to cost £500. I don't know where I'm going to get the money from that. I'm going to borrow it from Andy because I don't have the money. Why is life at the moment just financial stress every day? Anyway, let's cheer ourselves up. I bought a llama the other day. Where are you, llama? It's drawing inspiration. So, I got my pyjamas on because comfort is the only thing that's keeping me going at the moment. And I'm going to get my big sketchbook out and let's do some drawing of the cutest llama you've ever seen. These second-hand cabinets were the best decision for my studio. No longer are my big sketchbooks just randomly catching dust on the floor. Oh, they have a place of their own. One thing you should know is that drawing and sketching is like making pancakes. So the first few drawings that you do, expect them to be poop. They're not going to be pancake shaped. They're not going to look or taste like pancakes. You're not going to know what's going on. You've got to heat that pan up just to the right temperature. And you can only do that by testing out your pan with pancakes. And this is what your first few test drawings are. So embrace that. You might as well try materials that you're not emotionally connected to. Today it was Inktense. I've got a big old container of these that I haven't ever really used much of. So I grabbed those because I knew my first sketch or two or three or four, they're going to be a bit messy. So I might as well experiment in those sketches and hold it lightly. So tip for you when you're sketching. Anyway, let's carry on and see where this blinking llama takes us. Honestly, sometimes I don't know where a sketching day like this is going to take me. I don't know if I'm going to end up feeling better or worse for this, but one thing I do know is that you need to give yourself the space to play. Every time you sit down to do something creative, you can't do masterpieces. I mean, it's just not humanly possible. So, even if you have a day where you make a bad pancakes, at least you've sat down and created something. So I've done two pages. None of them look particularly appealing to me right now, but I'm going to let that page dry. I'm going to go and have a cup of tea, charge you up because you're depleting, and I'll be back and let's see if we can make this llama into a character. Maybe me drawing this character faithfully isn't doing it for me. Maybe I need to put some action into it. So cuppa, and then let's do that. So, let this be your call to ignore those bad feelings in your head that say you're a bit rubbish and what's the point in doing anything, and just pick up some pencils and go and draw. Because I've ended up with a page of something that I actually quite like. Again, they're a bit rougher at the beginning and they get a bit more refined towards the end. Refined is a loose word. But, I mean, compare that to my morning sketches. By the time I'd actually sat down with this second lot of pictures, trying to make it into a character, not with any intention to use it as a character, but maybe, you never know. By the end, I was just intuitively drawing that and quite enjoying just playing around with, oh, what could this little llama be doing? Oh, let's make him talking to a bird. Or he could be doing a handstand. So, yeah, today has actually gone from being quite a bad mood day for me. Sorry if I started the video off in a bit of a grump, but you know, you get those days sometimes, don't you, when you think, you know, how am I ever going to afford to actually live in this world? But you know what? Sometimes you've just got to ground yourself a little bit and have a play. I mean, what else was I going to do? Just sit around and be grumpy all day? So I'm really glad that I've kind of turned this day around a little bit. Drawing really does help that with me. I don't know if that's the same with you, but I saw something recently. I was going to say I read something, but I didn't. I saw on a reel. What did I see on a reel? I don't know where I saw it. I saw it somewhere where someone said that working with your hands releases happy chemicals in your head. Don't quote me on that. I mean, not that you could. Yeah, don't quote me on that, but it's something like that. Like using your hands makes you happy, whatever it is. And I really have to say that's worked today, because I was in a bit of a funk, I've got to say. But this little llama character has turned out all right. I was going to change this thing into a poncho, but instead I decided to make a necklace out of these. I decided to keep his necklace, basically. I think a poncho would have obscured a lot of the movements, but you never know. Maybe I'll have a play and develop those in the future. But yeah, go and grab your pencils, basically. So I'm going to leave this video here. Before I go, if you do like drawing and you want someone to draw with, please consider joining my Patreon. There's a nice little kind of gang of us on there now, and at least once a month I'm doing a little drawing get together on Zoom. I have done a bonus get together. I might try and experiment with other types of like live streaming things for our bonus sessions, but for our like main sessions once a month, we're getting together on Zoom. I'm providing some pictures, and for 40 minutes we're just having a little kind of timed session drawing together, just to kind of get our brains working and our hand-eye coordination in order. So if you're interested in that, it's available to all patrons on all tiers, and my tiers start at £1. Obviously no obligation. Don't bother if you know, if you can't afford it. I completely understand that at the moment. But yeah, if you are interested in that, go and check out, I'll pop a link in the description to a post that I've written all about it. So you don't need your cameras on, you don't need your mics on, you're not going to be the only person there. There's a bunch of us that'll turn up. So basically I'll provide some pictures and we'll just draw them, and that's for £1 tiers and above. So I mean, in terms of Zoom drawing sessions, it's, you know, it's pretty good value, and I did that on purpose because I know times are hard for people at the moment. So definitely go and check that out. It's at patreon.com/Emma Woodthorpe, and you should know also that you're not tied into anything, so you can join for 1 month. If it's not your thing, you can cancel, or if you do like it, you can keep that rolling on month after month. Up to you. But this isn't a sale. This isn't a sales pitch for Patreon. It was mainly just to say, get a pencil, get some crayons, do some drawing, because your brain will thank you. But I'm going to leave this video here. So until next week, thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.